Psalm 37:25 reads, I have been young and now am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken or his children begging for bread. This is a personal testimony from David based on his long life and observations. It is not an absolute, universal guarantee that no righteous person will ever experience poverty or hardship. Instead, it is a statement of general truth and a declaration of God's faithfulness, particularly in the context of the ancient Israelite covenant and society. David is sharing his own experience. He's saying that in all his years, he has never seen a righteous person completely abandoned by God or their family reduced to utter destitution. The verse highlights God's unwavering care and provision for those who follow him. It is an expression of confidence that God will not leave his people to fend for themselves. While a righteous person may face difficult times, God's ultimate support and provision will prevent them from being utterly forsaken. The entire psalm contrasts the fate of the righteous and the wicked. The wicked may have temporary success, but their end is ruin. The righteous, though they may have little, have the assurance of God's presence and provision. The verse is a strong statement that a life lived in righteousness is ultimately more secure than a life of wickedness, even if the wicked seem to be thriving. The implications of this verse extend beyond a simple promise of material wealth and touch on a deeper understanding of faith, providence, and our relationship with God. The overarching theme of Psalm 37 is to not fret or be envious of the wicked. Verse 25 reinforces this by encouraging believers to trust in God's ultimate faithfulness. Instead of worrying about what the wicked have, we are called to delight in the Lord and trust in His care. The verse serves as a powerful reminder that God's faithfulness is a consistent and enduring quality. It encourages believers to look for evidence of God's provision in their own lives and in the lives of other believers, both historically and in the present day. The promise of the verse is for the righteous. This implies that our conduct and character are important. It is an encouragement to live a life of integrity, trust, and obedience, knowing that such a life is not without its challenges, but is ultimately secure in God's care. The Bible acknowledges that righteous people can and do suffer, and sometimes face poverty. Job, the poor in spirit in the Beatitudes, etc. The verse, therefore, should not be interpreted as a guarantee of a life free from all suffering, but rather as an assurance that in the midst of suffering, God's presence and support will never be completely withdrawn. It is all about Jesus. Glory be to God.